She is the friend you always go to for advice. Rarely took her own advice. You go, God, if only she listened to herself and was true to her heart, in the words of 98 Degrees. She finally did figure it out, though. She found her happy ending. We do a Ask Riley on the show. You ask our faithful executive producer, that'd be Eric. Hello, sir.
Hola.
Goes through and reads the questions. What do you have today?
Hi, Riley.
Hello.
Love you on the show. It's awesome how tough yet soft you are, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
I was wondering, because I know you have 2 sons, what do you teach them about being tough versus being sensitive? Like, how do you teach them about being bullied? I feel like even as adults, we deal with bullies, and I thought you would give a real take on that subject. Love you.
Oof. I mean, it's 100% true that as adults, we still deal with bullies like day to day. We're just adult bullies at that point. So Malin is obviously only 15 months old, so he kind of can't comprehend that concept. But with Lyric, who's going to be 7 in October.
Damn.
I know, right? Marshall and I both have the approach, because I didn't realize there was going to be bullies in kindergarten already, is that, kiddo, like, you never want to be the bully. I want Lyric to be very tough. I don't really think that Marshall or I come from the school of thought that, like, weakness is a value in a sense. But I want him to be sensitive. I want him to know that, like, it's okay to cry. I don't think that that should be something he should shy away from. Marshall thinks a little differently in that vein, but for me, I want him to be able to express his emotions, but I still want him to be strong in whatever those emotions are. As far as bullies, we really do that age-old adage that, look, I don't ever want you to start a fight, kid, like, ever. But if someone ever starts a fight with you, and I don't just mean physically, I mean mentally too, I don't want you to get a beat down mentally or physically or back down from what you believe in. But if they start that fight, you finish it. And I will 100% be there backing you up in whatever office, principles, whatever, because I don't believe in backing down for your beliefs, safety, school of thought, morals, whatever. And I want him to grow up to be a strong individual, sensitive to other people's, feelings and things. But the whole back down thing really isn't, I don't want to say it's not allowed in our house, but it's definitely not, like, cultivated. Marshall and I are both very forceful people, and we've been through a lot. So hopefully whatever we've been through, we can show Lyric the way to deal with it better and be stronger than we were in certain situations. So the whole bully thing, it's happening already in school, like, he already got knocked in the face the 3rd day of school with a kid with a block. And I asked him, I was like, well, what did you do? He's like, I just walked away and cried. And I was like, okay. I don't want them to be fighting. I'm not condoning that at all. There's ways to deal with it with your words. But if somebody is coming after you day after day after day, I'm not going to say to just sit there and take it.
Yes, words only do so much, especially when you're a kid.
I know. Like, I'm kind of being careful in that way of talking about this, because I'm sure there's other parents out there that think differently than I do. But, we are definitely trying to raise strong men that, do things that they believe in.
My dad, I was getting bullied in 8th grade. My dad called the school and invited and said, can you please facilitate the other kids' parents come down to John's boxing gym? They worked this out in the ring.
I mean,
and that stopped
great.
it. And then, my dad also drove me to a fight once too. So
I mean, thank goodness I have Marshall, because I am a boy mom and I grew up with all girls, so I wasn't really all that prepared to deal with this vein of things. Because Marshall always tells me, like, babe, I know you're the mom. I know you want to be the sensitive side of things, but here I am trying to make them into men. So sometimes it's hard for me to back off. Like, when there's bullies on the soccer field, the first thing I want to do is get up and either go get their mom or, like, say, listen, kid. But you have to Marshall's always like, no, stay right there. You have to let him handle it. You have to let him navigate this part. So there's a little bit of guidance in the bully direction. There's a little bit of letting him figure it out too.
Which I think is important.
Yeah.
And all you do is make the kid tap out.
Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
The bully?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Marshall is just
listen.
like, look, when he gets in wrestling, he's going to know all those moves, and nobody is going to mess with him ever.
This takes one time, and then everybody just see that you can handle your own, and then it's
exactly. It will only be that one lesson to give.
If you want, I can give him my lightsaber. If he wants to bring this to school.
You guys, I don't think that would go over well with his teacher. It's Teacher Appreciation Week. I don't want to do that to her.
If a kid's dumb enough to mess with the guy with a lightsaber, like they got coming.
There is that.
If you have a question for Ask Riley, the DMs are open. Doesn't matter what it is. Any topic at Riley Couture.